guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit more travel focused. So I wanted to talk about the top things I would recommend to pack if you are traveling solo. So for those of you that actually watch and follow my channel, I did a solo trip to New York back in February, which I vlogged, and I will link below for you guys. I had the best time. I went for 6 days. So I did my first solo trip to Paris, which was like 2 years ago. It was only for 2 days, and the trip to New York was only my second trip. So I'm by no means an expert, but I just wanted to speak from personal experience and from one girl to another, or boy. Here's just what I wanted to tell you guys as to what I packed and found really helpful, and what I would recommend that you guys pack too. So first up is a camera. So I have 3 cameras that I use. So at the moment I'm using the Fujifilm X-A3 camera and my Olympus pen for pictures. The reason why I love this is because they have the flip up screen. So the Olympus pen flips down and this one flips up. I also have the Canon G7X, which I'm filming on, and the screen for that flips up too. So I really like handheld cameras. I think that when you're traveling on your own, you don't look as much of a target. Like, I mean, people that are carrying like massive Canon and DSLRs, yeah, if you are on your own, you don't want to be carrying around a massive expensive piece of equipment. That's just my point of view anyway, especially being a female traveller. Don't ever want to make yourself too much of a target. So carry a handheld camera, but something that still has got a good lens and gives you a really good quality picture. And the reason why I love the flip up lens is because you can take a selfie on it. And while I'm not adverse to selfie sticks, I think that, you know, if someone's there that can take a picture for you and you can ask them, that's great. But if you are in a location and there isn't anyone, you can just flip up the camera and take a picture of yourself. And I think it's like when you're traveling on your own, you do want to document your travels and you want to be able to look back and, yeah, just remember all the times that you had. So I took a load of pictures of myself on the Brooklyn Bridge, and I'm so glad that I took them because, yeah, they are now in my office on my pinboard, and I get to look at them every day and just remember my solo trip, which was amazing. So yeah, I would definitely recommend to pick up a camera with a flip up or down screen. I think the price point for this is around £400–500. My Olympus pen and my Canon are about the same. They all offer really great quality images, and yeah, super lightweight as well, which is another great aspect. Because we're talking about cameras, I'm going to go on to my second option, which is a tripod. So I have 2 tripods. This one is the Gorilla tripod, and you can just like bend the legs. This is really great because if you are traveling on your own, you can just like attach the tripod to something and take a picture of yourself if you don't have a flip up or down screen like the cameras I just showed you. But I also have like a tripod with fixed legs as well, rather as opposed to like the bendy ones. But I would definitely take a miniature tripod. If you are traveling for work and you need to like vlogging and you need to take pictures of yourself, then don't ever feel embarrassed to just set your tripod up and take some pictures. I think I just gave up caring a long time ago about people watching me take pictures, and now you just get so used to it, so it's fine. But even if you're just capturing personal moments and you want to do some filming or some pictures, I would recommend picking one of these up. I think it was about £15 from Amazon. You have to get one that's a little bit stronger if you want it to support a camera, but you can get ones for iPhones as well, which are cheaper. So I will link a couple of options for you guys, but I would definitely recommend taking a tripod when you are traveling alone. And whilst we are on kind of like tech stuff, I would recommend taking a portable charger. So I actually have 3 portable chargers because I always seem to lose them, but you can get them from Primark. I picked one up for Ben the other day and it was like £8, and I think it has 2 or 3 full battery chargers in them. So I always make sure I have one of these in my handbag. So I think it's particularly important for solo travellers and for girls as well, just because when you're travelling, I don't particularly like to stand in the street and get out a map. I think you look like a tourist and you look like a target. So I tend to use my Google Maps wherever I go. And I think, you know, if you just stand there looking at your phone, people aren't going to assume that you're lost and that you don't know where you're going. But the problem with that is if your battery dies. So I will always keep one of these on me, and I would just take my iPhone cable as well and just make sure I've got that on me so I can charge up my phone and know where I'm going at all times. And also if you need to call anyone or if you need anything from your phone, you have that on you. So I definitely recommend. I know Amazon have the bigger packs which has like a full sort of USB ports, but if you are just looking for something cheap and cheerful, head to Primark. They do one for £6 and one for £8, just like slightly more battery charging. I would definitely get the £8 one. They are really worth it. So my fourth item would have to be books. When I was in New York, I think I read about 2 or 3 books in that 6 days alone. So every time I went out for lunch or dinner on my own, I just sat in the restaurant, ordered a glass of wine, not every time, but just read a book. I love reading. At the moment, I've been reading about 1 book a week this year, and I don't plan on slowing down anytime soon. I normally carry 2 books on me, so one more of a fictional story, just something that I like to read, and something that's going to help improve either my business or yeah. So at the moment I'm reading Capture Your Style by Amy Song. It's all about Instagram and images, but sometimes I'll read stuff on like blogging and WordPress and just business kind of concepts and stuff like that. I just think it's really good to like educate yourself and know your kind of industry as much as you can, and then yeah, just something a little bit more light-hearted for when I just want to sit and read. But some people don't like reading, so if you are worried about going for dinner and stuff on your own, then take a magazine or sit on your phone if there's stuff that you like to do. But I try not to look at my phone too much while I'm away. I kind of want to just enjoy that time of like being on my own and really just enjoying it. So yeah, I just tend to read a few books while I'm there. So I would definitely, I mean, for America I'm going to pack a couple with me. Whether I get a chance to read them or not, I don't know, because I'm going alone, but I will be travelling in a group, I think, of between 6 and 10 people. So yeah, how much alone time I'll get, I'm not sure. Okay, on to point number 5, but I would say organisation is so key for solo travel. And I picked up these Ziploc just clear plastic wallets from Asda. They were like 50p each. So I have this one. This is actually prepared for America, but it has like my Esther in it, it has my boarding passes, it has everything I need for my trek, and a smaller one which has my passport. And then when I get to the airport and have my boarding pass, I also keep them in here as well. So I think when you're traveling on your own, it's so important to be organised, on top of things, know where everything is, because you are on your own. There's no one else to rely on. I'm quite organised and independent anyway, so whenever I travel with like Ben or my best friend, I'm the one that plays like mum and looks after everything, so I'm used to being prepared and organised. But I would recommend just picking up a couple of these. This one I'll stick in my bigger backpack at the airport, and this one I'll have like in a crossbody bag just so I can grab my passport and boarding pass whenever I need it. But yeah, organisation is so key, and I would definitely recommend just picking up some plastic wallets. So good to keep yourself organised. Okay, so on to my last point. This is something that not everyone needs to do or wants to do, but for me it's just something that I like to do. So it's to take something personal. So for my Trek America trip, I've been told to take loads of hoodies and jumpers because in San Francisco it's not that warm, and also at night everyone says when we're camping it's going to be cold. So I have stolen Ben's jumper. So for me it's just something that it smells of him, it reminds me of home, and like if I'm homesick or if I'm missing him, I can just put it on, and yeah, it'll just sort of like, for me it's like taking a bit of that person with you. So whether you just take a photograph or yeah, a jumper, an item of their clothing, whatever you pack, for me it makes me feel better. Like I love travelling on my own, as I've mentioned before, and I don't particularly get lonely because I really enjoy my own time, my own space, but I'm sure there will be moments. I'm away for nearly 3 weeks this time where I'm going to really miss him, so I'm just going to take his jumper with me. And yeah, I would advise you guys as well, because I'm sure if there are moments, especially if you're like backpacking around the world for like 6 months to a year, I would say definitely take a few things from home that will remind you of everyone back there. So yeah, that's everything from me, guys. That was my 6 top tips on what to pack for solo traveling. It wasn't gender specific, so that is for male and females. I really hope you find it useful, and there's something in there that you wouldn't have thought to pack, but you're like, oh okay, I'm going to take that now. And if there is anything that you always pack and I haven't mentioned, please do let me know, because I'm going to be doing a lot more solo travel this year and I would love to hear your tips, guys. But yeah, if you are travelling solo anytime soon, then I hope you have the best time, which you absolutely will, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!